Hello everybody and welcome back to Skip Allen Paints. This is the second video on Impasto, and I just noticed this paint down here, which I wasn't noticing when I was working before, but if you see, it's coming in on the other side. What that means is I still have Divine pattern selected, even though you don't know, but if I click it again, it's a toggle. Now when I paint on one side, it's not going to come across to the other side. Okay, so another brush that I worked with was, let's see, which one was it? I don't know. I can't remember. I thought I had another one of the bristly dabs down here. But instead, let's go back up here and I'll show you one other brush I worked with. And that was the Runny Wet Oil Flow Map. Actually, I think it's the very Runny Oil Flow Map brush. And that you would have gotten that brush from those flow maps that I talked about before. Now, when I would use a brush like this, I would definitely go over to flow maps. And I picked this Oil Drips flow map, which has a lot of white space plus some runs in it that would be helpful. Then what I would want to do, I'm going to move this out of the way. I would come over to the, let's see, I think it's General. Brush control. No, not general. Oh, I know. Let me see if I can't stick that back in now. Let's close this, and close this, and close this. And now I can stick general back in there because I got to keep them together or I get totally lost. And where I want to go to is Real Wet Oil. Now here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off accurate diffusion. I'm going to leave everything else the same, the way it is here, but I want to make sure that flow map is selected. So I'm going to take that same kind of greeny color, and I'm going to put it up here, across here like this. And I want to put a fair amount up there so that it has some to flow with. Right. All right, so I let go, and then it begins to flow down the page. Now those stripes will affect the way it flows. Now if I just let it flow until the end, you'll get some little cross hairs down there at the bottom. But if you add accurate diffusion on and then let it stop, it'll kind of spread out. Let's see if we can do that again. I'm going to get rid of the brush, take off accurate diffusion, put this in, fair amount, and we'll let it run down again. Now, what I'm going to do is as it goes and it gets a little bit further along, I'm going to hit accurate diffusion, like right now. Now it's going to flow out and not get those little marks that we had before. Okay, now let's get rid of it again. Take off accurate diffusion. We'll do it again. And this time, I'm going to use my pause diffusion. So it's beginning to run. And when it gets to where I think it should be, then I'll hit pause diffusion. So let's say it's going to be kind of sharp like that. If it's going to be sharp like that and I hit pause diffusion, see, that's where it'll stop. Now, pause diffusion, if you then start it again, it will keep running. and then you can stop it again. So it's not hurting anything to go back and forth that way. Once you have decided it's where you want it to be, then all you need to do is come up to layers and dry watercolor layer. And when you dry the watercolor layer, it's now dry, and if I were to change pause diffusion, it's not going to continue running. Okay, so that's the way I used, I got some runs in that canvas, and then, I used the pattern and the mask in order to put the texture on this to make it look like it was really flat to the canvas. Okay, that's that part. So now we'll go to the next one. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.